I had to figure out, okay, well, I want something zone. Everybody runs some kind of zone. A lot of people do. And those that know me personally know I'm a lover of the wide zone play. I love the wide zone play all the way back to Alex years. And in my opinion, this is just my personal opinion, nobody did a better job of it than James Clemens this past year. We're the best wide zone team I've seen probably in high school football in a long time. I don't know, Coach Avery Darker, ain't good at it. But anyway, so this is a little bit of a fanboy thing for me. I'm excited to hear how these guys do it. And so, Cade McGuire, you got it.
Absolutely. All right, guys, this is my contact information. If you want to snap a picture, write it down or anything, I'm an open book. Like, I don't hold any secrets. I'll tell you whatever you want to know about what we do. All right. Like you said, I'm not going to sit here and talk about myself, all right, but I am Cade McGuire, okay? I went to Muscle Shoals High School, played under Scott Baisden, okay, graduated from there. Signed with UNA, North Alabama, okay, messed up my knee, got into coaching at Brooks, okay, in Killen, Alabama, all right, and then this was my first job coming out of college, okay? I'm a young guy, all right, not to make y'all feel old. I was born in 99, so there you go, all right? So we are going to get into this real quick, okay? So like you said, I'm from JC, okay? We won the region this past year, had a very successful season as far as running the ball goes, okay? Built on foundations. Me and Coach True, who's sitting back there in the back, man, we built this from the ground up, all right? Completely changed it. James Clemens in the past, been 10 personnel. We're slinging that thing. We had Gio Lopez, who's playing at South Alabama, all right? Killing it, doing a great job, okay? We don't have that guy anymore. We also don't have the receivers to get people open like that in 10 personnel anymore. All right, so what were we? We were 11, 12, even 13 at times, okay? So we're going to get into that a little bit. All right, skipping over that, okay, because I'm here for it. All right, main thing I want to show you, okay, right off the get-go, okay? Now, this is not wide zone, okay? But your guys have got to believe in what you do, okay? Your guys have got to believe in what you do time and time and time again. You guys got to love you, okay? They got to love you and respect you at the same time, okay? It's this relationship, all right? They're not going to play for a guy they don't love. Trust me. Okay, been there. Not personally. I've watched it though. Okay, talking about the coach behind their back. Okay, and guess what? We're like 5-5 that year. We sucked. Okay, because it all starts at the end of the day. Okay, we all know where it goes. It starts up there up front. All right. Anytime you hit a quarterback sneak because your offensive linemen just freaking love it for 15 yards. Okay, it's usually a good sign. Okay, our guys believe in what we do. Okay, they believe in it time and time again, snap after snap. All right. Wasn't the only time we did it, of course. We did it again, okay, 16 yards here, all right? And then we ran a jet sweep, okay, against Bob Jones. And the pursuit on this is just phenomenal, okay? Guy should have been dead in the water, but we get cleanup block after cleanup block after cleanup block, okay? And he breaks away, all right? Get your guys to believe in what you do, okay? And then you can be successful, okay? This is our philosophy, okay? You probably saw something on Twitter not long ago that Missouri posted, okay, about their outside zone stuff, okay? This is ours, okay? We're getting it printed out, put into the locker room. I'm getting a personal one just to put above my desk, okay, because I love it so much, okay? So if you can run wide zone, you can play here. If you like wide zone, you belong here. If you execute wide zone, we will win here, okay? This is what we do, okay? There's a great pride in this. I don't run power. I don't run buck, okay? It goes against everything I believed in the past, okay? We run one run scheme. Okay, we played around with trap a little bit here and there out of the eye. It was beautiful. All right. We messed around with duo a little bit here and there, but if you were to ask anybody what they had to prep, my best friend is the DC at Florence, okay? Kept him up for nights, man. Like he thought our wide zone stuff by the time we were done with the film, okay? He thought we ran about 8 different run schemes, okay? So I'm going to go through some of this stuff with you real quick, talk to you about some of the basics, okay? I'm here to give you the master class. I'm not here to give you the basics of everything, okay? I want to get into the nitty-gritty stuff, okay? So, listen, wide zone mindset, okay? It's a marriage, okay? It's not a secondary run, okay? It's got to be your bread and butter. It's got to be what you do time in and time out, okay? You've got to rep it. You got to rep it. You got to rep it. You got to rep it, okay? If you're going to do it, okay? Like I said, there's no side chicks. There's definitely no affairs, okay? Once you buy into it, don't leave it, okay? Because it's ugly before it's pretty. Okay, every single daggum time. I remember we installed it in the spring last year, and the very first day I was like, dear God in heaven, what have we done? Okay, because it's just terrible. Okay, but if you stay with the process time and time again, all right, eventually, I promise you, all right, it's going to be fine. All right, so us, man, ego wide zone, just the buy-in. Our guys love it. They love it like the back of our hands. You know, you talk about defenses, okay? Defenses want to account for every gap, okay? Wide zone accounts for every gap. All right, they want to create games, do twists, that kind of stuff. we're fine. We're on our track. It really doesn't freaking matter. We're going to have our gap regardless, okay? And a DC teaches a DN to what? Contain, don't get, anybody? Reached, right? Okay? We give that illusion, right? We're getting that backside hand in the sternum. We're trying to stretch that guy. He's trying to fight over the top. And next thing you know, he's part of the Red Sea, man. Okay? He's way over here. All right? And we can sit there and hit the bang all day long. All right? So, stance, man. Stance for us, it's simplistic as heck. Okay? We're about 1.5 feet. Okay? From the next guy. Okay? Guards, hats on the center's butt, so on and so forth. Okay? Nothing really crazy about that. As far as our load up, okay, what we like to do so our guys can get out of there, all right, especially if they're uncovered, we're about 75-25, okay? 75 on that inside foot that they're going to extend off of so they can really run, okay, and get out of there, all right? This allows us to stretch, explode, and gain an edge on the defensive front, okay? I have swapped to 2-point. I used to be 3-point because I played in the pistol wing T, and it just goes against everything I believe in. All right, talked to my head coach about mid-year this past year, and he's like, dude, you got to do it. Like, just do it. And I was like, fine. All right, and then watching Yeager and them do all the shifts, I was like, yeah, we got to do it. Okay, we got to do it. All right, so we got into the 2-point world. It's been phenomenal. Okay, wouldn't change it for anything, but if you want to do it out of 3-point stance, man, you'll never lose a beat there either, okay? Bada boom. All right, so ID in the box. How do we do this with our philosophy, okay? Basically, we center comes up to the line. First thing he's going to say, okay, is he's going to say odd or even, okay? As simple as it gets, okay? We don't really get funky with our guys because they're stupid, okay? They really are. Like if I sit there and tell them, hey, it's a bear front, okay, they can recognize that, okay, but over, under, we're screwed, okay? That kind of stuff. All right, so odd, okay? We consider the front to be odd at any point we have a head up or shaded nose guard, okay? This would be considered a zero technique for those guys, all right? As far as what they know Okie, okay? They know bear, and they know mint, okay? That's the 3 things we tell those guys, okay? We teach them that, all right? Some people call mint, tight, whatever you want to call it, okay? I don't really care, all right? We will not call, but we'll address whether the backers are split or stacked. O-line will also note the leverage of the backers, all right? When it comes to even, okay, we consider it even anytime we don't have a head-up nose, okay? Anytime we don't have a head-up nose or an inside shade, we call that even. Okay, could be heads, could be over, could be under, okay? But all I really care about for those guys is whether they know there's a daggone nose guard or not, okay? The reason for that, okay, is because when it comes to identifying the linebackers, our first thing we have to do is we have to identify the zero, okay? We start off with a count. That's how we do it at James Clemens, okay? So the zero backer always tells me in wide zone where the center's combo is going, okay? Every single daggone time, all right? So a lot of people start, with the left tackle, okay, and they do covered, uncovered, okay? Yeah, we do that, okay, but it's kind of like an unspoken rule, okay? So we look at it. If he's covered and then the guard's covered, we can sit there and be like, okay, I'm solo, okay, I'm alone in this, all right? This guy's working through his track, okay? He's covered. He's got to take care of that. Center's uncovered. He's coming, okay? It's an unspoken rule, okay? But we do work that from day one, okay, and really teach it through. That way, by the time we get into the season, we don't have to focus on it as much, okay? But again, odd. First thing, head up to back side, okay, of the center is going to be the zero backer whenever we get an odd front. Okay, the only time that ever changes, okay, is if on a 2-man surface we get an extra walk down. Okay, if we get an extra walk down, we're going to call push, all right? And that simply means we take the zero and we push him a backer. Okay, everybody knows that. Okay, we take the zero and now the center's combo is working to the play side backer. Okay, now if it is even, all right, there's just a kind of an image so you have an idea. Okay, if we were running it here, okay, to the left and we were lead blocking with the tight end, okay, on that front side, we would simply have the zero be head up to back side. He would be your zero here. There would be our +1. Okay, so ideally, okay, what we would call this is Oscar. Okay, Oscar for us is when the tight end leads. Okay, in this situation on the +2. We would work a combo up here. Center's combo is working backside. Okay, we're scooping on the backside. If that guy's giving us a lot of trouble, okay, we can gap hinge it if we want to. All right, but we usually don't do that. We're usually scooping. Okay, now even front. Okay, where it changes. This is us against Gardendale. Okay, all right, now the zero becomes the first thing, head up. All right, to play side. Okay, he's way back there. All right, so now the center knows, okay, his combo that he's a part of is working, okay, to that zero. He's got to go, right, because he's plus. All right, he's plus to the play side. All right, this is us in the I formation. We're solo here. Okay, we're going to account for this +1 guy with our fullback, and I'll get into that here in a little bit. okay? The art of the fullback is not dead, boys. It's coming back alive, I promise you, all right? All right, so one of the main things about wide zone, of course, is the relationship between the running back to the O-lineman. Okay, in wide zone, you got 3 steps, okay? You got 3 steps to make your decision every single daggum time. Okay, the running back, he's got 3 steps to make his decision. However, his 3 steps, no matter what he's doing, whether he's hitting the bounce, the bang, or the bend, okay, they've got to look the exact same every single time. Otherwise, if I'm taking the bend, if I see everything's getting washed front side and I'm the running back, okay, I take my scissor step and I go and I say, oh, the bend's here, and I start cutting back, okay, they're going to tackle us for a negative loss, okay? He's got to make it look the same, whether he's trying to get to the outside, okay, like outside zone, all right, or if he's trying to get to the bend, it's got to look the exact same every single time, okay? The defensive line's going to dictate what technique and read the offensive line decides to play. The emphasis on 3 steps is vital to the run play. When I coach, okay, I will say 3 steps probably 98,000 times a day, okay, because you have to get them to understand they've got to take 3 steps. I can't abandon the party too early. If I abandon the party too early, it's going to be a disaster, okay? It's going to be a train wreck. Somebody's going to get let loose every single time. Because if I'm covered, okay, and I take my covered step and I work through that backside hand through the sternum, okay, and that guy sees I've got this guy pinned and I don't take my 3 steps, okay, well, if that linebacker scrapes back over the top, okay, nobody accounts for that guy and we never get there. All right, so got to take your 3 steps, all right? All right, uncovered, covered. Not going to spend a lot of time on this because we're O-line people. We know what this means, okay? All right, covered is any time I have somebody head up, okay, to play side. Now, if we're playing a dog and we get covered backside, okay, we can make a game time adjustment and really work that guy if we've got to, okay? We had to do some funky things sometimes, okay? We just graduated Nate Jennings and Jalen Brown. Jalen went to Missouri and Nate went to South, okay? They were freaks, okay? It was terrible, okay? So, to be uncovered is when I don't have anything, okay, practically, okay? I don't have anything head up to play side my gap, okay? If I am uncovered, I'm still taking my 3 steps, okay? And we're going to talk about it here in a second. You can knock it over, you can take it over, or you can climb. That's your 3 options. That's what you're going to do every single daggum time. All right, so knock it over, okay? Knock it over. Knock it over is within my 3 steps. If the defensive lineman is playing heavy on the covered lineman, on my 3rd step, I have the power to knock it over. Okay, it's not like babysitting pitter-patter, okay? I have got to knock the absolute piss out of that guy, okay? Because I have got to exchange him into the gap over, okay? Take it over within my 3 steps, okay? I hate using this word, but I guess it really is. I'm not going to use that word. I almost said reach. I hate saying reach when it comes to wide zone, okay? I'm going to capture that guy, okay? If I take it over, I'm capturing that guy. My backside hands through the sternum. He plays into my gap, all right? We know D linemen don't just sit there. If they do, they suck, okay? So if he stunts into my gap and I'm taking my 3 steps, if I'm that second man, if I'm that uncovered guy, I can't pass that up. That's what we teach at James Clemens, okay? If I'm the second man in a combo, I cannot pass it up. Why can I not pass it up? Well, the way we do things, okay, when we ID our combos and everything else, okay, you're asking a high school kid that's on another combo to overtake a gap. It's not going to happen, okay? It's not going to happen. So if I'm the second man in a combo, if I'm the uncovered guy, all right, and that guy crosses my face, I better turn back on it and capture it really, really quickly, okay? So, and then there's climb, okay? That guy abandoned ship, play side, okay, and I can't get there, all right, then I climb to linebacker, okay? That track is a lot like old school wing tee scooping, okay? You want to really work that guy and go make the touchdown block, okay? It's beautiful. All right, so here's a beautiful knock it over. Every single one of these clips real quick, okay? Watch the center in this situation, okay? Golly, I got a lot of edits here, so we're going to fly through this, okay? Center right here, 1, 2, 3. Really knocks that thing over and still gets up to the linebacker. All right, beautiful job by him, okay? These are the same cut-ups we used to teach our guys, okay? We really want them to emphasize knocking that guy over, okay, into the next gap. Next clip would be an example. All right, this is Oregon State. This is where we got all our eye stuff from, man. They do a phenomenal job as well. All right, of course, this is out of sidecar. All right, taking it over. Okay, does he get all the way there? Absolutely not. All right, but he gets engaged with that guy, all right, and really drives him across. Still a great play for him. Okay, and then we got the daggum broken window serenade right here. Okay, this is like I don't even know if I would call this B team, okay? So young guys, though, but they still get it. Our center here, man, he takes his 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, sees it's gone. Okay, I'd like for him to stay on this track because you can see what happens, okay? But he does climb in this situation, and we're happy with it, all right? All right, covered. We know what that is at this point, okay? All right, first step. I don't teach first step, okay? Because in wide zone, it changes so much based off of leverage, okay? I don't teach first step. I let those guys make that decision for themselves. Now, something I'm not going to tell them to do anytime, okay, is step under themselves, okay? Terrible, okay? If I'm taking a false step, there cannot be any false steps, whether I am covered or uncovered. Because at the end of the day, in wide zone, okay, any zone scheme, you got a what? You got a gap you got to take care of, okay? You got a zone you got to take care of, all right? You got a track you got to take care of. So I have to step through my track regardless of where those guys are, okay? So take your first step based off leverage or track step. Think who I'm heading towards and where do they go, all right? Who is crossing my track at the end of the day, okay? Do not teach a same step approach because leverage can change. Take the step that puts you in the position to be successful. If I am covered, then my step will need to be heavier than if I am uncovered, right? That makes a lot of sense. If I don't have anybody in my combos over here, okay, I got to haul rear end and go, okay? I got to get over there. If he crosses my face, I capture. All right, hat placement, okay? What I teach my guys, okay, kind of like what Coach Timmerman was talking about earlier, okay? I kind of over-exaggerate, right? Because usually they never get there anyways, okay? So we teach our guys to get their hat, okay, on that play side armpit. That's what we teach them, okay? Does it ever get there? Hardly ever, okay? Hardly ever. But we keep emphasizing that point over and over and over again because if not, okay, then we're going to have our head on their backside and we're never going to get anything done, okay? Hand placement, okay? Place that hand. We try to put it right underneath that armpit as well. It's kind of cool because you get 2 things in one location, okay? And that backside hand is working through the sternum, okay? All that power, okay? A lot of times when I do Indy, man, I just make that play side hand go behind their back because this is where my power is. If I'm going wide zone to the left, okay, all my power is in that backside hand through the sternum. If I don't have that, I ain't going to do jack-ish with this, okay? Not ever. Got to have the power with that backside hand. So we do a lot of stuff right now, okay, before we get into spring ball where we're working with med balls, of course, okay? Man, we just hammer the piss out of them things, all right? Sit there, okay, make sure that elbow, we don't want to flare it out. It's got to be tucked inside, okay? We're working backside ham, all right? We could try to make this run scheme complicated, but I promise you it's really not, okay? Now, linebacker leverage. This is where I differ more than anybody, okay, is a lot of time when people teach linebacker leverage, okay, they primarily focus on the backside, okay? I do both, okay? I focus on the backside and I also focus on the front side. Okay, why do I do that? Well, I'm a chemistry teacher, okay? I like to be as precise as possible. I like for everybody to be daggum accounted for, okay? So, based off of leverage, we've got these 4 checks right here, okay? Lift is like when our covered guy is going to be very, very heavy on the combo, okay? Very, very heavy on the combo. It means that our linebacker, okay, is plus backside, okay, over half a man, all right? So, like when we talked about the odd front earlier and the 0 was head up to backside, this is when we would lift things, right? Because there's no reason for him to go anywhere, okay? So he's stepping play side, backside, hands through that armpit, and our eyes are on that backer, okay? Because if I'm a betting man, okay, and that uncovered guy starts taking his 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, okay, and starts getting in on that combo, if that linebacker's backside, okay, that's probably my guy, okay, more than likely. Unless he just absolutely scrapes over the top, okay, that's probably my guy. Okay, so that is our lift technique. Okay, Rico, all right, 3-3 stack. Okay, 3-3 stack where that guy's half a man over. Okay, same thing. Okay, center's going to be a little bit heavier. All right, but our eyes have got to go to that backer now. Okay, we have got to get our eyes on that backer now because he's got a 2-way go at that point. Okay, right? Everybody's played 3-3 stack before. Okay, they got a 2-way go, especially that Mike guy. He's usually just a plugger 8-8. Okay, so he can go 2-way go. So I'm heavy here, my eyes are here, okay, working through it. Now, meanwhile, right, we're still stretching this thing out. Gaps are moving, okay? We're not inside zone. We're not trying to drive that guy vertically, all right? We're trying to move this thing laterally, okay? But same philosophy. All zone schemes have the same philosophy, okay? And then check, okay? Check is if we were to have a push-push with the center, okay, or so on and so forth. This is where our identification linebacker, okay, is plus to the play side, okay? Plus to the play side. Now, okay, if I've got athletes up front, which that's kind of my thing, okay, I never have the 6'5", 330 guys that are just absolute dogs. I don't know how many of y'all have those guys, but I don't, okay? I've got runners. That's what they are, okay? I've got runners, all right? So if I've got an athletic guy, okay, check is great, okay? It's stab and climb if you've ever heard that, okay? He is stabbing that backside hand in there, but at the end of the day, he knows, I got to go. I got to get to this guy, okay? That uncovered guy, when he hears check, okay, he knows, hey, man, I can't take no false steps here. I got to go, okay? I got to go get on this man, work through that backside combo. And then lastly, gone, okay? Gone is when you got that ridiculous plus identification that's like way over there, and he's like, dude, I ain't ever going to make it, okay? I ain't ever going to make it if I don't go now, okay? When our uncovered guys hear that, okay, they know automatically, all right, I've got to haul rear end to ever have a chance here, okay? So those are our 4 checks based off of linebacker leverage, all right? All right, now we're going to get into some of the bread and butter, okay? Now, we came together, okay, and we said, okay, we watched Oregon State, like I said, and we were like, okay, the art of the fullback, man. We got the personnel for it. Why not, okay? And I never would have told you, okay, at the beginning of this thing, it would have been as beneficial as it was, okay? Simply because why I love that guy so much is he was cleanup crew, right? All right? Ideally, if we look at everything black and white, we're like, yeah, we got numbers. Yeah, we got numbers. Okay, great. We got numbers here, okay? It never works out that way, okay? And that's where this comes into play, okay? That fullback became our cleanup crew for that one screw-up that was going to happen at some point. And when it didn't, that guy went untouched, okay, and was touchdown blocking, all right? So, first clip, okay, just a little draw up for you, okay? We've got it out of 2 different looks right here, okay? We would put the fullback, okay, in sidecar next to the quarterback, okay? We are only focusing on pistol and under center here, okay? If you ever want to talk about the sidecar stuff that we do, okay, I'll be happy to talk to you about that. That's more mid-zone for us, okay, technically, all right? But I'll be happy to talk to you about that as well, okay? But right here, okay, our fullback, what's unique about our fullback is he is taught to read it exactly like the running back, okay? He is taught to read it exactly like the running back, because if they are on the same page and that fullback is leading into the same gap that the running back is, okay, we're set, okay, because we got a lead blocker every single daggone time, all right? So, real quick, I'll show you this clip to show you that we're not perfect, okay? If it will load, let's see. Come on, baby. There we go. All right, this is us against Huntsville, okay? Ideally, okay? Ideally, all right, we're running to a 2-man surface here with our fullback. It was our number 1 play call, okay? It's what we did. We ran behind number 60. He's pretty special, man. All right, he makes me look good from time to time, all right? We ran behind him like 72% of the time, okay, just because he was that good at it, and we ran to a 2-man surface, okay? Right here, we should have made a tracks call to really push that 2-man surface, get the center involved, okay, and pushed it past, all right? But because we have that fullback and we've got this lucky call, okay, he cleans it up for us. That guy goes untouched. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Pop. And a play that should have been tackled, you know, -3 yards in the backfield for us, all right, becomes a 17-yard gain because we got a workhorse at running back that won't get tackled, okay? It's wonderful. Now, is that guy an absolute dog? No. He just believes in what we do. He follows this track, okay? And if you look at this thing, okay, if you know anything about wide zone, this is what we call, all right, the bang, okay? The bang. This is where it splits, okay, between the first combo and the second combo. That's where we're trying to hit it. If it's the bounce, it goes outside. If it's the bend, we're bending it all the way back, all right? Right here, this would be the bang, okay? And the fullback knows that. He feels that right there, okay? And makes a heck of a block to even give us a sniffing chance. All right? I promise you they're not all that ugly, okay? All right? Really good ball team here, okay? Really good ball team here. All right? Muscle Shoals High School playing my alma mater, okay? So this one was personal, and we got our butt kicked, okay? So, all right? Shift into the I, okay? Run back to the 2-man surface. All right, I want you to watch these linebackers, okay? They've watched film, right? They've seen this already, okay? If you watch them, they barely can hold themselves together because they're leaning like this so much because who are they triggering? The fullback, right? Whichever way that guy goes, we're going, okay? Doesn't matter, okay? Great job by number 60, our left tackle. Okay, working, stretching it. What's that guy trying not to get done to him? He's trying not to get reached, okay? Keeping containment. It widens the gap, okay? Center could do a better job of getting his play side hat there, okay, on that front side, all right? Guard could probably give a helping hand more. Okay, but overall, like I said, it don't have to be $1 million, okay? It never does, okay? Because simply you're playing against the defense, okay? The defense is playing against themselves here. We're misplacing gaps, and nobody really knows where to fill the hole at, all right? Kind of a further shot, okay, our drone, all right, but you can kind of see it here. Now, this is an even front, so that's our 0 right here. That's where our combo would be going, all right? This is what we would call a hand check and go, okay, a check. We would call this a check, okay? I'm going to stab this guy, okay, and I got to go, all right? He does a really good job here. Now, you may say, everybody's accounted for, Coach, like, where's the fullback going? Exactly. We're +1, okay? We're +1, and that's what we love about that guy. It's a lot of times the way we make a living is we give you funky formations and we shift a lot, okay? That's what we do. When we take that fullback and we can be +1, man, he cleans it up. Like, he cleans it up every single time, all right? Does a great job right here. Okay, you can see we struggle to get to this backside linebacker, but who gets there? The fullback, okay? Cuts it off, okay? Heck of a run, all right, against a really good ball team. First game of the year, okay? Like I told you, it's ugly before it's pretty, right? Ugly before it's pretty, okay? Our left tackle right here, man, I hope he can be great this year. Big body. More athletic this year. Really hope he can do it, okay? But we had to replace him with a freshman at guard, okay? And so right here, he does a terrible job, okay, of really trying to sell this stretch. He does more of a daggum inside zone, sit there like this, okay? All right, but same philosophy, okay? We got the cleanup crew, all right? Now, right here on this combo, okay, that's more of a stack look for us, okay? That guy's going to be a lot heavier. That's what we would call a Rico, okay? We would call that a Rico on the front side, okay? On the back side, we're going to get a lift technique, okay? And we're going to work through this because our backer is back here, all right?
Hey, real quick, so walk me through that again, the Rico versus the lift. How does that change?
Okay, so for us, Rico is going to be stack, okay? If they're stack or half a man backside, we're going to call Rico. If he's way back, we call lift.
So does that change the covered guy, the lead guy?
Yes, it changes the covered guy. So on the lift, he is being as heavy as absolutely possible because pre-snap he's saying, okay, my chances of having to pick that guy up are about slim to none. All right? Unless that guy just automatically twists out of it, all right, he's just saying, I'm slim to none here, okay? I'm really, really heavy getting that backside hand and I'm holding it, okay, until I can't, and then I can capture it, okay, if I have to. All right? If it's a Rico, what changes more than anything is our eyes. Our eyes on that covered guy, he's automatically got to see backside hand through the sternum, my eyes are there. If he misplaces here, I got to go.
So it's just as thick. It's just
just the timing. Just the timing. All right, but you can see it right there. Parts like the Red Sea. Fullback touched nobody, okay, because we had the +1, okay? So we love this run scheme, man. We live and die by it, all right? We'll look at a couple more. Let's see if I can get one here.
While you're waiting, Coach, one more thing. So your uncovered guy, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Is he turning his? He's not staying square.
No, he is turning his body. Now, what changes is when we go sidecar, he does stay square because we're in more of a mid-zone illusion at that point. So if we're in sidecar, and that makes sense because if we're in sidecar, okay, and you've got the quarterback here, running back here, here's the deal. Our aiming point on wide zone is inside foot of the tight end, right? So if we're in sidecar, okay, and we're giving more of that mid-zone, he doesn't have that angle anymore. Like, he's not got that pistol angle anymore where he can be dead set. He's technically 2 steps behind already. So we know ideally the chances of us bouncing it out of sidecar are about 0, Okay. Now, have we done it? Yeah, we did. Okay, but it was a freaky accident. All right. This is how we get people, man. All right. Line up in box. Okay. 4x0. Shift out of it. All right. There's your little diagram for you real quick. Okay. Over here on the front side, tackle knows he's covered. Okay. I'm solo. Okay. I'm solo. Now we get that 3 and a 5. What can happen? We can get a twist. Okay. But at the end of the day, we've got our tracks. Okay. All right. So, left guard is covered. Okay, we're working on Rico right there. Going to the 0. Okay. Backside. Okay, we've got a lift technique, right? This guy's way further backside. I can be heavy on that combo. All right, and we're gone. Fullback's there to clean it up. Now on the backside with our tight end. Okay, basically he's just trying to get inside that C gap and dig it out. Okay, trying to dig that guy out to keep him from chasing. People always ask us, how do you account for the backside on this stuff, man? You better have a quarterback that boots. Okay, better have a quarterback that boots, all right, and really does a good job of selling the fake. Cleanup crew, all right? Remember, I will say that a million times, right? Center does a terrible, terrible, terrible job here, okay? Terrible job. We literally had this discussion the other day. I said, man, I've got this clinic together, and I'm watching you, and I'm like about to throw up sometimes, okay? Because right here, he stays completely square, and he does the crab walk is what I call it. Okay, I want you to watch him. All right? Not getting anywhere with that. Okay, wide zone, we got to run. If I'm uncovered, I got to run. Okay, I have got to get there. All right? He does a terrible job right here. Okay, but what's the art of the fullback, man? He's cleanup crew, right? We don't get there, but we got a guy for it. Okay? Got a guy for it. Now we're forced to bounce it. Okay, we never like bouncing it, but we do in this situation.
Depending on the leverage that you have with 0, you know, if he's just barely plushed over play side, will you ever let him work back? Does that make sense?
Yes. And so we have a tag for that, rather than calling, especially like if they walk an extra guy down into the box and we're doing this fullback stuff. Okay, they want to put a safety down in the box with us or whatever. It doesn't really matter. Okay, we do have a call. All right, that lets the center know to back point, and he will back point it. All right, here's Muscle Shoals again. All right, really triggering us. Like number 7 can barely hold on. Okay, working through it. Okay, wash it. Now, I want to show the end zone shot of this, even though it's probably going to be a little bit far away. All right, well, yeah, here we go. All right, so heads front. Okay, 2-2s. Okay, 2-2s in this situation. Okay, this is what I call double Rico. Okay. I hate heads. Anybody else in here hate heads? I hate heads. I hate playing against heads. Okay, hate it. Okay, they line up in heads here. Okay, our DC asks me all the time, like, what gives us the most trouble? I'm like, I hate coaching against heads. Just hate it because everybody's got a two-way go. All right, so even front. All right, 33 is the 0. Should have double Rico. Okay, we shift, get into the I. All right. Now, second combo here. Both things get washed. Everything's getting washed. We do a terrible job of trying to capture the backside, but I will give Muscle Shoals credit. They're really good at slanting, okay? It's what they do best, all right? They're slanting across our faces, okay? Everything gets washed. Everything gets washed, okay? Running back knows that. He takes his 3 steps, puts his foot in the ground, all right, and we hit the bend. Nothing's more pretty than when the bend hits, I promise you, because it's like everything is vacated, okay? Everything's gone. He puts his foot into the ground, okay? He hits the bend. Makes a good move on a guy, all right, and gets tackled for a 13-yard gain, okay? All right. Same thing, all right, running lucky to the left side here, okay, cleanup crew, okay? Now, this guy is hauling tail, okay, on the back side, okay? This tight end right here, all right? He's supposed to dig that guy out, okay? That guy's not supposed to free release right here, okay? Not ever, all right? Does a terrible job with that, okay? Should dig that out, but at the same time, man, if we take our 3 steps and we really press that inside foot of the tight end, we really don't worry about the backside that much because if that guy's catching us from backside, okay, we probably need another running back, okay? So I do want to say this, all right? if we ever get to a defensive end that is like hell bent, okay, on daggum tackling our running back every single time, and they don't account for the boot at all, okay, we can sift it, okay, on the backside. And what I mean by that is if I feel pressure and I'm the tackle and I'm scooping, I can turn back on that, okay, but that's a game planning thing, okay, and we will back point at that point, all right. Cleanup crew, all right, shift right here, okay. Gosh dang it, Jaeger. All right. They try to play a game right here on the front side, okay. 60's got 2 people on them, okay. Sometimes the worst situations to be in right there, okay. Center does a terrible job because he takes 1 step and he's already looking vertical, okay. I need him to keep working, okay. Now, if this twist right here really, really works, okay, if this guy stunts here, all right, this guy gets around it, okay, we should be A-okay, okay? Center should put that hat on that play side armpit, okay? Tackle should be in his play side armpit, and we got cleanup crew, all right? But we don't get that done, okay? The twist gets a little bit discombobulated, okay? That guy comes off. It works to their benefit, honestly. All right, and our fullback's there to clean it up, okay? Got lucky. All right, but there's a bend cut again.
What's your progression read for your back?
He is looking, so pre-snap what he does is when he comes up, okay, he's going to look at the end man on the line. That's the first thing he's going to do. And what we ask him to do, okay, the running back, is we ask him, okay, what is the likeliness? You know, is that guy wide? Okay, is the end man on the line wide? If he's wide, okay, what do we know is not going to happen? That guy's not getting reached, okay? We're not bouncing that thing, okay? If he's tighter, okay, if he's a 5 technique, okay, now I know, okay, I'm more than likely either going to get to bounce this thing or I'm going to get to bang this thing, okay? So when it is snapped, okay, his eyes go from the first combo to the second combo, okay? First combo to the second combo, all right? So he's going to read that first combo, all right? Now, if that combo is a solo block, it's pretty easy to read. All he's got to do is look at the tackle's butt, okay? If he's working that guy out and stretching it, his eyes automatically go to that second combo. If that second combo starts washing his face, washing across his face, he knows, okay, on that third step, I got to plant and go. I've got to trust that the backside is getting captured here, all right, so I can hit the bend, okay? If he sees that second combo gets reached, he's licking his chops because he's like, man, I got the bang, okay? I got the bang here, all right? So that's how we teach those guys.
How much do you talk about that with your guys, like at the offensive line position? Like, I mean, do you really accent like them defining the read for the back?
Yes, absolutely. So the way I teach it is I split it half and half. I tell the backside, I say, hey, man, y'all's job's to capture. Like, we got to capture the backside, okay? Front side, what are we trying to do? We're trying to stretch that thing, all right? So basically what I tell my guy, all right, because a lot of times against teams we play, man, on that front side, we're going to be solo, okay? We're going to be front side solo, whether it's a tight end or a tackle, all right? So what we tell those guys more than anything is, man, sell that stretch, sell that backside hand sternum, and when you feel him really try to fight that reach, okay, extend that thing out. Extend that thing out, okay? We tell that second combo, especially between our centers and guards, man, get that backside hand in there. If you capture it, man, define that read. And like when we're defining that read, that play side hand, that's where it's good, okay, because now we're going to pull, push. And when we pull and push, that's a clear read for that back. You don't have any second guessing. Where it gets scary, all right, guys, is when you stay square. Okay, when you stay square the whole entire time, okay, and I'm working through a combo like this, that back's sitting back there like, oh, God, I don't know where to go. I'm just going to go for the open hole. And a lot of times the open hole is the wrong answer, okay? So, yeah, we hammer it. We hammer it.
They'll play long through that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we extend that out. That's what number 60, man, he's so good at. All right. I don't know how they weren't offside too. Okay. But look, best friend, DC over there, this one was personal. All right. I mean, I don't know what the freak they're doing, man. They got everybody and their mother walked up on the line. Okay. But when we get stuff like this, okay, it's tracks. That's all it turns into. Okay. Am I covered? Am I uncovered? Okay. So right here, we're in the eye. All right. Nice little 13 personnel right here. All right. And we're rocking and rolling. Okay, a little tackle overstep, okay? Is it beautiful? No, okay? But because we have this extra hat every single time, all right, Did we get to that backside linebacker? Absolutely not. I don't know a lot of guys that could, okay, because that guy triggers automatically. Okay, now that's a gaunt right here. Actually, that'd be a Rico, all right? So he'd be a Rico right there on that stat guy, okay, but we've got this fullback, all right, to where he can clean that up, all right? Now, only a 5-yard gain, but we're moving, all right? How much time I got, Josh? Okay, good. All right. This is against Sparkman, okay? I don't know what they're doing, okay? Hats off to them because they did something completely different from anything we had on film, okay? Running to the two-man surface here, okay? Great job recognition, and this is why covered-uncovered's so big, okay? Because especially when you run wide zone in this situation, all right? Most high school kids, okay, at left tackle right there, they're going to be very hesitant to say, okay, that guy's inside, okay, I'm uncovered, and stay on that track to the outside, right? Okay? A lot of kids would sit there and be like, oh, God, I can't leave, okay? We ran into that early in the year. We fixed it, okay? Does a great job. Everything stays the same. ID stays the same, all right? Combo, combo, combo. Everybody's accounted for. Fullback does a great job, all right? We've got it. Now, this is great by 60, okay? We were talking about defining the read here, okay? That is a wide guy he's going to, okay? We got no business trying to reach that guy. Does a great job getting out there in space, okay, breaking down and just making sure his butt is in between the ball carrier, okay? Making sure he knows, hey, we're banging this thing. We ain't trying to bounce right here, okay? We're banging this thing, all right? Yeah, they walked that backer down at about 1 yard, and I was like, what the crap we doing? All right, running to the two-man, all right? Sometimes you get beat, okay? Right here, let's see if I can get an end zone shot, okay? Right here on the end, all right? Guy does a good job of doing what I call a drive technique in defensive terms, okay, of driving into that tackle as he's trying to get into the play side armpit. No problem. If you look at that tackle's butt like we were talking about, he turns that guy out to simply let them know, hey, we're washing this thing out. Running back does a great job on his track, sees it, okay, and you can see that last step, he's really planting that foot down in there because he knows he's got to bend it back, all right? He bends it back in this situation, okay, ends up piling in, okay, big time, all right? Now, on the backside, backside here, all right? People don't understand how vital those blocks are on the backside. A lot of times in our run schemes, we only prioritize the front side of things. Backside are what make the big plays happen, okay? Does a good job of working through a very, very tight window right here, getting enough on that guy to drive him across, okay? And he's more credited for that touchdown than anybody, all right? Great job by him, all right? Center, I mean, molly-whopped, okay? That guy is daggum driving him, okay? But what's he do a good job of, okay? First off, holding, okay? Second off, all right? But he does define that read, okay? He swings that butt around. He lets the running back know, hey, backside is captured. You're good to bend if you need to, okay? And does a good job. Like I said, I don't coach a bunch of world beaters, okay? We coach quick dudes, okay? Guys that are quick twitching motion, okay, and can move their hips very, very quickly. All right, now, going into another tag, okay? That was our lucky tag. That is our fullback tag, all right? Now we've got the sniffer lead, okay? We got the sniffer lead right here, and I'm going to go through a couple of these, all right? All right, so here's a couple of draw-ups for you, okay? All right, so again, pistol wide zone, under center wide zone, okay, whatever we want it to be, all right? Same exact philosophy, okay? But now, what this does for us, okay, is it tells us, okay, up front, we don't have to worry about pushing anything, okay? We never have to push the ID when we've got this tag, okay? So, front side is accounted for. Now I can work through my combos more heavy, okay, and be A-okay. All right, so Here we are against Florence, okay? So what we expect this guy to do, all right? We expect to be a lead here, okay? Covered here, okay? This guy's covered, so we're working here, Rico, okay? Working here, Rico, all right? Double Rico, capping off the backside is what we expect, all right? And it works A-okay for us, all right? Now, people always ask, what are you teaching the sniffers, okay? You teach sniffers just like you would your tackles, okay? Exactly the same thing, okay? They come down there with us in India a lot of the times, okay, and they work, all right? Now, 60 right here, left tackle, okay? He starts off in a great position, okay? Great position. His feet go dead, okay? He gets very narrow-footed, off balance, okay? But he's still defining that read, okay? He stays engaged. He shows that butt, all right? We automatically know it's the bang cut, okay? Now, let's look at the center. I'm actually going to brag on him for once, right? Okay, I wish that backside hand was heavier, okay? I really want to see that guy's head pop up, okay? Guard does a terrible job of giving any kind of help, okay? But the center does a good job of getting into that. Backside tackle does a good job of getting a capture, all right? And we're able to hit the bang cut here.
Is your end guy, is he like a free surface? Is he helping your tackle any at all here? Or is he just going to?
He's just going through that track. If any part of him shows, he'll stab it and help that tackle out. But for the most part, we've got him just going to that +1.
So the bottom line is the linemen are just keeping it in the box. They got
keeping it in the box. Yep. Try to make it as simple as we can for those guys. The less thinking they do, the faster they can play. All right, same philosophy, okay? We saw that early in the game against them. Me and Truett were on the headset. I was like, man, let's go back to it, okay? I feel good about it, all right? No adjustment, right? That's how we make a living running one run scheme, okay? We've got to motion the piss out of people, all right? Exactly the same thing, okay? Exactly the same block by our tackle, all right? Works through it, turns that butt out. We know there's the bang. Great job at second level blocking here, okay? Now, my backside guard. Okay, he saw some part of him showed, okay, so he engaged with it. I don't like it that much, but number 8 feels wrong, so there's really no linebacker to go to. Okay, I would rather him go on and start that climb process, okay, than him get engaged in that. Now, if he takes them 3 steps and that guy stunts into his gap, yes, engage with it, okay, if he crosses my track at the end of the day, okay, but I'd like to see him climb right there, okay. Better job by the tight end on the backside, all right, of cutting that thing off, which he wish he was more physical. Okay, but touchdown, won us the game. All right.
Will you guys ever cut it on the backside?
Yes. Yeah.
How do you drill that?
I teach it exactly like scoop. So wing T scoop, we are backside, shoulder, club hand, and we are trying to kill the kneecap. All right, we're getting to that front side knee. Until they start calling it on us when we do it, I'll make an adjustment. But we ain't had no trouble yet. So, but same track, same everything. I'm trying to get that knee side. And, I'm just trying to cut that guy off at the end of the day. If he's got to sit there and hurdle over the top of me, I've done my job, at the end of the day. So you just got to get in front of them, get on that play side. I usually hold bags when I do it, just the one-man bags, and I'll sit there and move it with them. I have to watch myself because I've got sensitive knees anyways. All right, but I'll work it down. Okay, and they've really got to run and scoop it. That way when they get in game, if they're on that track, and that's also how we teach our sifts sometimes that I was talking about. That if I'm running and that guy's really pushing on me on the backside, I can scoop it. It's all about leverage and staying low in that situation. Because as soon as I raise up, guys, all right, if I raise up and then try to scoop, they're going to throw a flag on you all day, every day. All right, there's no question here, okay? But honestly, not a great job of adjusting to this, okay, of course. Okay, as you look over there, it's kind of like a lonely island over on the left side, all right? So, but it's very important that you guys understand what covered uncovered is in this situation, okay, because it can get funky, okay? People start seeing on the front side they're not covered by something, okay? They start flipping out, okay? So make sure you're able to execute those rules, okay? Same thing, got Oscar tagged here. All right, run it to the left side. Great job. As you can see, our left tackle, okay, he stays on that track, okay, ends up getting up on the safety, and we break it out. All right? But in a lot of these looks, guys, okay, I can't tell you the importance of understanding the linebacker leverage because that dictates just about everything that we do. All right, right here, okay, just to review with you real quick, okay, Oscar means, all right, we don't push. If we've got that tight end lead block, we don't push, all right? So what that tells me is this is still my 0 right here, okay? 42 would be my 0 right here, all right? So this combo is working here. We're cutting off the back side, all right? He's trying to cap through, all right? Right here on the front side, all right, we've got an Oscar for this guy, all right, and it's vacated here, all right? Which means a lot of stuff can happen. Again, funky alignment, okay, not really sound, all right? So those guys need to understand that they're staying on their track. Now, Coach Yeager, this is a point where, like, if the tackle saw he didn't have anybody, he could go help out with the tight end in this situation, all right? But still, 3-step rule, 1, 2, 3, he vacates, and now he's climbing again, all right? That's what we like to see, man, okay? Everything's 3-step. Everything is 3-step, all right? Tight end does a good job of seeing that leverage, okay? You're really getting that guy worked out, all right? So the cut is very, very clear.
If there was an inline tight end and it wasn't an off-ball sniffer and you were just running to that same side, like you just lined up, would that still be Oscar for you guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Whether they're hand down, okay, whether they're hand down to a 3-man surface or sniffer, Oscar's the same thing.
If you've got a box in like here and the guy outside, you just don't count the guy outside.
Make him make the tackle.
Yeah.
Make him make the tackle. There's donkeys out there. Yeah, our whole philosophy as far as what we do, we're cracking everything and making the corners make a tackle. Make the corners make the tackle.
If they're boxing and they got a guy outside, he's irrelevant anyway.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. They're giving us the bang in that situation. All right, I'll show y'all just a few more, guys, and I'll let y'all free. All right, now, I put this on here because we do this absolutely wrong, okay? All right, get a double mic blitz right here, okay? They're not even trying to hide it, all right? Work it through. I teach the same thing every time we get blitzing linebackers. Cut the absolute piss out of them, okay? Cut the piss out of them. Make them think twice before they ever want to blitz again, okay? Live in their kneecaps. We don't do that here. Under the 10, it was not a good time with me, okay? Got to get this cut off. Now, another reason I want to show this to you is just to show you how this works, okay? All right? Now, even front, okay? Even front. Our 0 in this situation is 45, okay? 45 would be our 0 for the center. That's where that combo's going, okay? So if I understand that as a center and a guard, okay, hey, we're working to 45 right here, a blitz should never throw me off because I'm working to that guy regardless. On the backside, okay? On the backside, the tackle and the right guard, okay, they should be working to 53, okay, working through their track. So when those guys walk up, all I have to do at the end of the day is say, who's my backer? Who's my backer? That's why ID is so important for us, okay, because as long as I know who my backer is, all right, if he walks up in that gap, man, it should have been cut, and we should have been off to the races, okay, because now they've got no second-level defenders, all right, but instead, all right, we let them loose, all right. He just wasn't very athletic, okay? And we got to the outside. All right. I'll show this one and I'll let y'all be. All right. Now, here's your sidecar look. All right. We orbit this guy around. All right. Little mid-zone action. Show the end zone shot. There we go. All right. So, even front, okay? 0 is a long way away. Okay? 0 is a long way away. Okay? So, in this case, what the center should have done, okay, is he should have said gone. Okay? Should have said gone in this situation, okay, and really gotten out there. Okay? On the front side, all right? I'm sorry, center's uncovered. He's in the combo anyways, okay? So, in that case, okay, that would be a Rico. All right? So, we're not wrong after all. All right, front side tackle is solo, okay? Backside guard, okay? What his mind has got to think, especially when we play even fronts, and yes, we have tags where we'll be like, because my left guard was better than my right guard, okay, we have tags where that center will help back on that 1 or that 2I, all right, rather than free release it to the 3, okay, in that case, all right. We do have tags for that, but if we don't, okay, that backside guard has got to know, man, I got to go. Like, I have got to go. I've either got to get my head across and capture that thing, or I've got to run that thing all the way across to the sideline. Okay, that's the only 2 options he's got in that situation. Okay, because that's a long way for that guy to go. Center does a good job of capturing this thing. Okay, I don't like where his backside hand is. Okay, I wish it was more in the sternum. All right, this is what I hate more than anything. Okay. This is why I put it on here, okay? I hate when those guys get turned, okay, trying to make sure everything's passed off. Get your rear end out of there and go, okay? Stay on your track, because at that point, as soon as I've turned back like that, if I'm no longer on that man, okay, I'm losing time, and now I've got to redirect my hips and get back on my track to some linebacker, okay? So stay on your track, stay through your 3 steps, trust the process, all right, and get on that thing. 60 does a great job of getting that thing extended, okay, and then falls off and loses his balance at the end, all right? Missed a couple of tackles, okay, still got a positive gain, okay? Great initial, just got to finish through, all right? The Y, okay? What we tell the Y, okay, if he's got a long way to go, is he should bite the outside of the tackle's belt, okay? So he's working with that guy in case that guy really fights back over the top, okay, or anything shows on the outside. All right, so backside here, okay? When I say scoop, guys, the old school rule, okay, this guy should be running through the heels of the next D lineman, okay, the next down defensive lineman, okay? This is a terrible angle, okay? He should be straight through those heels, okay? And if he does that, okay, we've got a chance of getting to that play side of number 45 in this situation, okay? But because he's shallow with it, all right, he's never going to get there, okay? Same thing. Great drill to do, okay? Great drill to do, okay? Is just take one of your STFLs, which I call Scout Team for Life, okay? Take one of your STFLs, okay? Set them up and just have those guys time after time again chase a linebacker. Chase a linebacker. Work through those heels, because that's one of the main things people don't understand, all right, that screws wide zone more than anything. It's getting chased down by that backside linebacker. You can block it as pretty as you want to on the front side. If you don't get that backside captured, okay, you got nothing, okay?
Do you ever work that with the guard and let the guard pass off that inside guy with him like you would a 5 technique with your left?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
On this picture, and okay, and I've seen a bunch of stuff y'all do with jet motion and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that stuff. Do you tell anything to your guys about the ID? You know, like, I mean, if they adjust or move, or are y'all guys just sticking with it? I mean,
they stick with it for the most part. If we get a shift up front, we automatically go tracks.
Okay.
So it still is sound for the most part from what we've seen, of course. But, yeah, as far as like jet motion and everything, if people start rolling and backers start bumping, usually I tell my guys, hey, die with it. Die with it. Die with the ID. Die with the ID. Because as soon as we see them over adjust, we're going to come back to it anyways. So.
If you're running to the 2-man surface and you get an even stack, you got 3 backers. Your center's combo to 0. Your snipper or fullback's got the +1.
Yep, 100%. All right, guys.
What's your number 1 companion play to that complementary play?
To the jet or to the orbit? Just a wide zone. We've got boot off of it, out of the eye. We run trap out of it. When we're in sidecar, we've got more variables where we can really, really RPO everything. And we've got reverses out of it. We've got daggum. Like I said, we got trap out of it. We had duo out of it. We had straight up double ISO out of it. So we had everything. The only reason we standed a chance with Hoover in that first round at the beginning was because we had double ISO. Okay, it's simply that. Okay, we took those 2 defensive ends I was talking about and simply just ran our best athlete around. But you got to have the boot, all right? If you're running pistol wide zone or you're running under center wide zone, you've got to have the boot. And if any of y'all ever want cut-ups on boot stuff, our daggone full one and our half roll as well, if any of y'all got any advice on how to do half roll better, please share with me, okay? I don't think anybody's got that figured out yet, okay? But if you want any of that, man, I am an open book, like I said, Okay, I'm going to put my contact stuff back up here for you real quick if you ever need it.
Like, what's something that y'all had to work, like, real tough? I mean, just normal everyday stuff, that people would do. It was just kind of tougher for you guys.
So more than anything, it was abandoning too quick. And that's where the leverage calls really came into play. Because a lot of times those guys got so focused on getting to that linebacker, we quit taking care of first level first. All right, and we all know how important that is. All right, that gave us a lot of trouble. So what we did is we really took a step back. All right, and we really said, hey, I took linebackers out. Like they weren't even a factor anymore. And all I did was focus on the front five, front five, front five, front five, front five. When I felt like we were good there, we put those backers into place again. Okay, and then towards the end of the season, we didn't really have any problems with it. And understanding for us, because while I love wide zone, it's really my first wife because I'm not married. All right, but because it is such a big idea with me, a lot of times what I had to find as a coach is they don't know it like I do, at the same time. So you really have to break it down with them, okay, and really say, hey, this is why we do this. This is why we have this leverage call, because I want you to look at what happened right here where they went here and went here, okay? And when you do that with those guys, they're like, okay, that makes sense. I'll buy into that. And so we had to take a back step there. And then we started about mid-year, not really mid-year, early fourth of the season. All right, we started like really losing that stretch factor, like almost even on our pistol stuff, everything was turning into mid-zone. All right, so what we did in that situation is, again, we got the boards back out, showed that track. In that situation, I did teach a first step just to really emphasize for those uncovered guys what it should look like and what it should look like on the solos. We brought some boards out, worked 3 steps there, and then created that illusion again. We also made a substitution, all right, and that freshman, man, I'm telling you, he's special. All right, he's really good, okay? And, a lot of times what people think is like the big dog on this, okay, is the front side tackle. And while he's got to be a dog, absolutely, okay, it's really those 3 interior guys that have got to do a lot of work, okay? Those 3 interior guys are the ones that are having to sprint and capture, okay, sprint and really stretch and make sure the defined read is there, all right? So, like I said, dude, if you've got people, okay, listen to me. Now, if you've got 6'5", 330 guys, man, run inside zone, run power, do all that jazz, okay? Freaking wash it down, all right? But if you got the quicker dudes and first job was at a 4A program in Lauderdale County, man, all we had was soaking wet 180 guys, okay? We had to run, okay? We had to run. And if you got those guys, man, I promise you, if you buy into wide zone, you won't be sorry, man. I appreciate you fellas, appreciate the time. Okay, again, if you ever need anything, just holler. I'm an open book. Okay, not married, so I got all the time in the world. Okay, so
I appreciate it.
No problem.
All right, we're gonna now we got time for the